The Chicago Bulls are taking the court to revenge a loss that they had last night. Can the Bulls bounce back? Or will it be another tough game against another tough opponent, and the Chicago Bulls may come out on the wrong side of it? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And Chicago Bulls are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is going to be an extremely tough game for the Chicago Bulls, mainly because the Cavs aren't like the Bucks. The Bucks were a terrible defense. This Cavs team is a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, and that's always going to be a tough opponent regardless. You add into that, they're on the road. I would assume who is playing tonight, he is still on the minutes restriction, and the Chicago Bulls have been, they struggled last night against, a team with Giannis Antetokounmpo that was able to put up 40 on you. We've had games where goddamn Donovan Mitchell has put up, 60 plus on us. So, that's the thing we got to look for and worry about in this game. But the Bulls need to just focus in, play their game, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and hope that they can get enough stops to put themselves in a position to be able to win this game. This is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, and it's going to take for this Bulls team to really show their fight. They're going to have to come out here with a tough game plan to start off this game if they're going to want to be able to get back in this one. To even have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to start off. None of that pussyfooting to start off the game. You're going to have to start off coming in this game and being very much so focused and locked into whatever that game plan is. If you're not locked in with that one, it is going to be a tough, long game for the Chicago Bulls today if they cannot lock in. So let's hope that they can. Josh says keys to the game: get stops and score. Figure out to stop the big man lineups with Mobley and Allen and make Donovan Mitchell work for the bucket. So everything. Darius Garland, luckily, has not quite been exactly himself yet. Lonzo Ball, I do think, is playing in this game. He set out yesterday's game, probably preparing to play in this one. So, it is what it is, man. Happy Saturday, everyone. Shout out to Daniel Berry. Zachary P. says this one may get ugly. It could very well get ugly, but hopefully the Chicago Bulls, just with the execution, they make this one an interesting one. Hopefully that's what they do. What's the word, Haize? Another opportunity to win. We'll see what they can do. Vaughn says, I'm scared. What are you scared of, bro? Like, if we do get our ass kicked, that's them. That's not you. It is what it is. It's like it will suck to watch, but at the end of the day, the Bulls got to come out there and play their game. Everybody's coming out here. It's a basketball game. It's game 9. We got a lot of games left to be played this season, but we'll see what happens. Vooch really has to do better with rebounding. Vooch has been, what is he averaging, 11 rebounds on the season? He's been more good than he is not. But against those physical centers, you got Jared Allen, you got Evan Mobley. Today, he's going to have to be on his P's and Q's. That's for damn sure. Troy says, big day of hoops, Bulls versus Cavs and Adelaide versus Perth straight after. You're going to be up late then, huh, my boy? Deanna says, hey, let's go Bulls. What's going on, Deanna? I'm just here killing time until the Bears game. Love y'all's channels. That's crazy. You're killing time for another 12 hours plus? That's crazy. Anytime a player hasn't been themselves, always seems to figure it out against us. You're not lying, bro. And we're talking about we're decades of that happening. We ain't even talking about just this team now. This has been happening forever. Mitchell going for 50, Lonzo going for 30. Jeremy, bro. I need you to do something with your life, Jeremy. Key is definitely to score more points than the Cap. TBO, bro. I don't know what to do with you, man. We really have to limit the turnovers because they will turn them into points. Well, that's against any team. You want to limit turnovers. There's a chance that other teams know how guard Josh Giddey. Last game, I was thinking that Kyle Kuzma to do. Kyle Kuzma do it so. Oh my God. But our Bulls team to came with more for. Bro, what the fuck? Man, listen. What are we doing out here, bruh? What are we doing out here? What was that? Bruh. No need to be scared. They just got to lock in and play a good game. It's early in the season. Yeah, it's way early in the season. Got Windy City Bulls playing tonight, too. Looking forward to seeing Noah get some minutes. I don't think Noah is going to get minutes because didn't he travel? He traveled with the Bulls. I think he traveled for these first two games. I don't even think he's going to be playing down there in Windy City today. CBS said mofo's up for failure, bruh. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: the next person who types in an eyesore of a message, I'm telling, come on, I'm giving Omni Man your location. I'm either doing that or I'm calling ICE. It's almost the same thing. I'm either telling Omni Man where you are or I'm calling ICE. One of those things are gonna happen. What are we doing, y'all? Like, come on, bro. It's Saturday. Y'all ain't got no job. Y'all ain't got shit to do, but you ain't got to be stressing my black ass out. Which y'all ain't got to be doing that shit. Come on, man. Come on, please. Don't make me do it. What's up, Drip? Just a general statement. I love the condensed number of networks for the NBA games, dog, because that shit gets expensive as hell for real. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Petty Roosevelt tonight, Haize. No, it's not even that. I need y'all to have more respect for my life. That's what I need y'all to do. Because y'all motherfuckers have been driving me crazy with these comments lately. Like I said, I'm calling Omni Man. I'm calling ICE. I'm calling the motherfuckers. I may even call Homelander on you. I need y'all to get y'all shit together, bro. Come on. Who's better, Javon Carter or Cole? Jeremy, I want your internet shut off so bad. Like I just really want them to shut your internet off. Like, just the whole goddamn block, shut all that shit off. Jeremy, bro, what happened, bro? Like, you would think that at your advanced age, some tapioca pudding would activate your ass right on up, bro. Like, what are we doing? If they lock the best player of Cleveland, Josh, we'll make a good play. You know what? Y'all playing now. I'm about to start putting you niggas in timeout. I'm just going to let y'all know right now. I ain't got time for the bullshit today. I'm about to start putting you niggas in timeout. Where who just left that comment? Mabrini, you going in timeout, bro. I fuck you and everything you stand for. Like, hold on, wait a second. User actions. Delete this motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Y'all, listen, I love y'all. I really do. But I want to know, why on a Saturday? Like, what are we doing? Rank these players in terms of talent. Okoro, P. Will, Jalen Smith. In terms of just pure talent, P. Will still, as far as complete talent, P. Will. The nigga just don't use it. So I'd say P. Will. I'd say Okoro, because I think he's a little bit more athletic, and then Jalen Smith is probably what I'll rank it. What up, Haize? Going to be a tough game. Hopefully we show up and Io actually tries. If he is still hurt, we shouldn't have played. Y'all got to stop. Like, saying that Io didn't try, he tells me you either didn't watch the game. It's not as simple as, oh, you're not hurt, boom, go back out there and be 100% you. What the, I could tell, some of y'all call off work for a common cold, and y'all looking at athletes and saying that they didn't, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? I'm about to call ICE on your ass I'm not even calling Omni Man. I'm calling ICE, and I'm calling the goddamn, you know what? Where's SP at? I'm about to stick SP on you. That's even worse than ICE. These comments got me thinking about that scene from Pulp Fiction. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Like, what are we doing, man? Y'all out here just I can't say what I want to say because then I'm going to be the bad guy if I say what I want to say. But just know, I almost hard R to E every one of y'all. And it ain't the words you thinking about. All I want Jalen to do, just stay in the paint, no threes. I mean, listen, he does have an ability to hit threes every once in a while, but yeah, he needs to get in rhythm from the in the paint first. Like, just work in the paint, keep your big ass in the paint. Now, if there's a three there or something for you, then let that be there if it's like in transition or something. But come on, man. What's worse, calling somebody Ice or you calling somebody Diddy? First of all, I mean, Ice is just going to deport you. Diddy's going to try to take everything mentally that you got. That's crazy. We got this. Delbert, don't you start no shit today, bro. Don't you start no shit today. I swear this entire chat acting like this reminds me of the scene from Rush Hour where Carter was beefing with that Asian man because his name was you. That is hilarious. But no, all jokes aside, man. Getting back into the game and getting focused. One of the things I am worried about in this game as well is, of course, how we guard the paint. Because we already aren't a really good paint defensive team. You got Mobley. You got Jared Allen there. Like, Vooch and Modest and Jalen Smith and Patrick Williams, who's also going to play some four. These motherfuckers is going to have to work today. Some serious work is going to have to be put in today. And if they're not willing to do it, they're going to get their ass kicked. But it's some serious work that needs to be done, by those players today because the Cavs front court is not going to take it easy on the Bulls at all today, not even remotely. What's going on, Melvin? Glad to have you in the building. Vern says, not going to lie, bro, Okoro has played well the past few games. Surprisingly, we already knew what he was defensively, but he stepped up on offense. I mean, listen, the thing that I said this on today's daily episode, with Okoro, his offense, when this team's fully healthy, his offense is almost a null. And he's going to get even more quality shots once Kobe White's here because of the gravity of guarding Kobe White and guarding Josh Giddey when they're out there together. So I don't think we've seen the best of Isaac Okoro yet. And I think that his role in what we actually brought him in here is going to get more so magnified once Kobe White does come back and Kobe White's fully back in rhythm. I think then we're going to see the best of Okoro. Just took 12. Yeah, I ain't fucking with Delbert. I'm not even reading that. Not even reading that. Lonzo revenge game or Okoro. Well, I don't know who Okoro is, but whoever that motherfucker, wherever they at, I'm sure they're gonna get their revenge. Isaac Okoro revenge game. Why everybody got to stop saying everything is revenge. Sometimes you could part. I know for the modern generation, people don't realize that you can part and still be perfectly cool. I don't know if it's a revenge game. I don't know if he was a bench player. If anything, he saw a glow up by leaving, right? He was a bench player in Cleveland. He's a starter here. I'm super excited to see the team with Kobe because some of the things we've lacked offensively, he fits in perfectly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Haha, bro, I did watch the game. You can't tell me that was the same IO we've seen. I didn't say that either. Go back and watch what I said. That's not what I said either. I didn't say it was the same IO. But again, there's a difference between just thinking just because you're healthy, you're right back out there just being you. Like, he's not going to get it. You got to get in rhythm by playing. Nothing simulates that. Nothing simulates that. So if you want him to get over that, he's going to have to play to do that. He can't just sit on the sideline and boom, expect him just to be back to himself. KTB Key says, well, first of all, they joined as a member. We appreciate you. Need Kobe back. Think Josh might be starting to feel the pressure. I mean, listen, y'all got to stop having think pieces off one. Josh had one bad game. This is literally his first bad game of the season. And I wouldn't even necessarily call it bad. He just had a bad fourth quarter. I don't think he's starting to feel any pressure. I think it was a game that was rough for the team overall, and he was basically the only offense that we have for a long stretch of that. Luka versus Mavs is a revenge game. I don't think this one. Yeah, exactly. Like, Luka versus the Mavs is personal. Do you think teams are catching on to Josh? No. I just kind of addressed that. He missed a couple of games. These guys need reps. They ain't robots. Exactly. Like, I get it, your name is Azamate, bro, but just your opinions ain't got to be at. No, I'm just playing. Azamate is good people. Not gonna lie, I should have already joined as a member. Been here since 1K subs. Love the channel. Keep grinding. We appreciate that. Been here since 1K subs. That means you're going 4 years. I think we hit our first 1K maybe like a month and a half after starting the channel. What up, Haize? Like Billy said, everyone have to play their A game. Bulls don't have a superstar player who can't take over a game like Jan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't have a guy like that yet. I think Billy needs to run foul line curls for Modest because the kid finishes at the rim with either hand. You know what they need to do? Like, first of all, Modest got to stop also bitching out. Like, I love Modest, but there are some times where he had smaller players and he just doesn't drive. But like I've said also in the post game, like, Modest has to also develop a midi. Like, right now, still, most things are either right at the rim or at the three-point line. He's starting to get more in the mid-range than what he was last season. But we need Modest to develop a really good mid-range game. If he does that, that's going to really open up some stuff for him for sure. Motherfuckers don't know basketball isn't a priority. People saying Kobe will kill everybody's confidence to grow once he returns to the line. At this point, the people who try to create this narrative that Kobe White is some ball stopper and all that, I'm just not. Listen, the best thing that you can have in life, and I mean this wholeheartedly, is when you can when you realize some people are stupid and you just gotta let them be dumb. I'm just being 100% honest. It's the most peaceful thing in the world when you just realize, you know what? You're stupid, and it ain't on me. I ain't got to try to educate you. Like, when y'all see stupid-ass narratives, just look at it and be like, you got it. It's okay to just tell somebody who's stupid you got it and walk off, let them deal with their own shit. It's perfectly okay. I had to learn that. I ain't learned that till I was almost 30. Just looking at motherfuckers like, you stupid. And we just gonna move on. We gonna move on. If Trey Jones going to keep passing up shots, I'd want to see Io start. Hopefully, listen. The one thing I love about Vaughn is when Vaughn picks a lane, that motherfucker sticks to it, even though he knows it's not going to happen. Io's not going to start. Billy Donovan wants him to be stuck in to be in the rhythm of that 6-man role. And like I said, especially with Kobe coming back in a week, I doubt they change anything in the starting lineup unless they go on some like drastic losing streak. And even by then, Kobe may be on the way back. Yeah, if I'm Key Isaac Epps, I just changed my name on YouTube. Oh, shout out. Okay. Yeah, I know who you are. See, y'all gotta. Thank you. You gotta let me know when y'all change y'all names, because then it's like if family go and get a sex change, I may not necessarily notice you on the street if you don't tell me. Gonna take pressure off everyone. Think Stacey King was right on his take on some of the Bulls towards refs. Just keep head down and play. Yeah, I mean. You just got to keep it going. You got to keep it going. If only people would have watched all of the games last season, they would see how important White is to the team, especially when it comes to scoring. I mean, White's important. Like, you can't try to explain stuff to stupid people, right? Like right now, Kevin from Chicago in the chat is a fucking idiot looking for attention because he's dumb and his mom and his dad are first cousins. Like, that's just odd. Like, so you just got to look at odd people and just be like, listen, you're stupid and your mama's a whore. And you just got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. DeAndre joining the C-Red level. We appreciate that. Larry Nance Jr., Darius Garland out, and Strus out. Okoro Gardner. Oh, okay, that changes some things. Not to say, and like, again, Darius Garland is still getting himself in rhythm as well after being, I think he's only played 2 games this season. But even the threat of him being out there does help some, like just him being gone. So you're probably seeing Isaac Okoro on Donovan Mitchell most of this game, to be honest with you. Kobe Fitz great. I'm more worried about him overly deferring to others, not wanting to mess up the flow of the team. Well, he should do that initially. That's leadership. He should do that initially. I want to be clear on that. So, you know, that is when your team's playing with good rhythm, a good leader is like, all right, bet, y'all go get you. And that's kind of what Kobe's role is going to have to be this season anyway. It's basically, all right, let's play within the flow. Okay, we're not scoring. Let me get the ball. Let me take this over. So, you know, I think that's how we want to play as a team anyway, and Kobe should definitely fit into that. We got to play a good team ball, not going to lie. if we keep it close throughout the game, I'll be satisfied. I just want to be able to show we can compete with the comp this early in the season. I want motherfuckers to recognize. I mean, you recognize more with a win, but I definitely feel you. What is the difference between last season's 20 last games compared to now? I wish I had the tape. One of the big things, JK, that is different is that we're just attacking the rim a lot more. So from where we were at the start of the season to where we were on that ending run, we stopped taking bad three-pointers as much too and started attacking more, but we're attacking even more. And then also the defense. Last year we were still running a switch-heavy defense. This year they use this hybrid zone. So it's a really interesting defense that we run. But the basis of it, and one day maybe I'll do a tape breakdown, but the basis of it is that you always keep your help defense close. So they rotate, but then they still go into man in like certain situations. It takes a lot of communication, and that's why I think we've seen the Bulls' defense overall be better this season, is because they are running a defense that's built to overcome their shortcomings in pick-and-roll defense. We haven't been a good pick-and-roll defensive team for damn near a decade. And, so Wes Unseld is using that system to kind of overcome some of that. JB says, Okoro over 6.5 points, cash it in. That's crazy. Isaac is a good defender, but the problem I have with him is he can't stay out of – that's not true. He's had I think 2 games all season where remember what I just told y'all? Shai is the master of that. One thing that happened to Shai be like, hey, you know he got a problem with this. You look it up, you be like, Shai, this shit happened once, bro. Like, Shai is a prisoner of the moment, bro. But look, just to highlight it, we're going to go back and look at Isaac Okoro's fouls. Like I thought, Isaac Okoro has been in foul trouble in 2 games this season. Come on, Shai. Come on, bro. You got to do better research. You know I'm going to go fact check you. Love to learn more about coaching staff, shooting coaches, the guys and gals in the background, and Billy's coaching style. I know it's hard to say because a lot can happen in the season, but if they continue to play like this, where do you see this team finishing at the end of the year? Playoff series win? I need to see a lot more before I'm willing to say a playoff series win. I will say this, though, that they are playing where this feels like a playoff basketball team. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make it, but it has that feel. You keep playing like this, you're going to win a nice chunk of games just based off the activity, the playing as a team, the defense. You're going to win a lot of games doing that. Come to think of it, the Bulls got that hybrid zone idea for when they played Miami in the play-in. It's not the same as Miami's, but it looks pretty similar. That's a great point, Josh. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're not, and even Miami wasn't the first one to implore that against the Bulls. If I'm not mistaken, in the play-in 2 years ago, Atlanta used it too. Like, we've seen it a lot, and I think we've seen it sprinkled in. Like, but every team kind of has their. So the whole point of a hybrid zone is that you use the zone part of it to overcome where your weaknesses are. So every hybrid zone is going to look a little bit different based off the personnel and the weakness of that specific team. And that's why it's a really complicated defense to run. If you're going to run a hybrid zone defense, you have to be communicating and you have to know almost it as second nature, because again, if you're in that hybrid zone, the person that's here, for example, if you're looking at the key, the person that if you go to the mid-range, the person next to you either can go out to the perimeter on the zone or you can drop down in the man and then your center has to come over. So, like, it just becomes this thing where it's kind of like read and react offense, but the defensive version of that. And if you're not communicating correctly, you can get cooked. And that may be why we see the Bulls because we know that we haven't always been the best as far as communication on the floor. And so that's why maybe we see as the game goes on, we see some of those lapses. What happened? I'm predicting a triple-double for Josh. Like I told you, I don't care nothing about that. Get the win. We'll worry about the stats after we get the win. Get the win first. The only thing I can't stand up that defense is Vooch getting switched on a guard and left on an island. I mean, it doesn't happen as much as when we actually had just a switch-heavy defense. It happened even more then. But because the help defense is close, you can get away with a little bit more in this type of defense. How are you feeling about Dalen and Julian so far? Disappointed, or do you feel like they haven't had enough time to prove anything? Specifically, Dalen, I worry. What's your thoughts? I mean, they don't have a big enough role for me to have a firm idea, like expectations on it. Like, it's been very inconsistent for either one of them. I knew that coming into the season, right? Like I was, what I say, coming into the season, you got Dalen, Julian, P. Will, and Jalen Smith all fighting over that 9th and 10th man spot. And that was before Zach Collins went down and Trey Jones also went into the starting lineup. Like, those minutes are going to become even more hard for them to come by as the season goes on. So I haven't really seen enough to really honestly say. But I think that that's also their role. They just aren't prioritized enough to where we may see a lot of them at all this season for real. The vibe this year is just a lot more positive. Gives us hope of a little success. Can only get better once Kobe returns. Absolutely. We shall see. Haize, do you think our half-court game has improved enough with the extra passing and the cutting that will work all season? I mean, listen, nothing ever works all season. Like, even if you make little changes, every team makes changes throughout the season and how it goes. I will say this, Josh Giddey being as good of a shooter as he's been this year and an off-ball player, it definitely makes it more difficult for teams to guard us. So, we'll see. We'll see. KDB, I don't do predictions, so it's not something I do. Not here. We do them for Bears because football is a little bit more straightforward, but I don't really predict Bulls wins and losses. Why do we struggle so much with defensive rebounding, but we are a pretty decent offensive? We're actually a pretty good defensive rebounding team, too. You got to keep in mind, like, there's so many more possessions when you play the Bulls because of the pace that we play. But, I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, we still rank towards the top as far as defensive rebounding. So we're not a bad defensive rebounding team. We just give up offensive rebounds almost sometimes by design, but it can always be better. You got to do that as a team. With the bench behind more athletic, how do you feel about picking up full court more and calling some traps on defense? I mean, you gotta that's one of those things you gotta fill that out through how the game goes. Like, I'm sure we have the personnel to do that, and I'm sure we're gonna see some of it this season. But you gotta really see how that's one of those things. I don't think you can go in the game saying, "Hey, we're gonna run full court." You gotta see how the game goes. You gotta see how that develops. And serious on the Okoro over 6. Bro, here it goes. JB goes with his bets. Cavs the second worst team defensively versus spot-up shooters. Don't be surprised if Okoro drops a few trays over 6.5. Heard it here. We'll see. P. Will breakout game? Why are we still asking about P. Will breakout game in the year of our Lord 2025? It's not coming. P. Will is who he is. And that isn't necessarily saying it's all bad either. But P. Will is who P. Will is. He is who he's shown to be. And that's who he's always going to be, and that's perfectly fine. I think P. Will is in the perfect role for him right now. The perfect role. Then we beat the Cavs once in preseason, played them 2 times. I know it's preseason, but I remember they played their starters a lot. Yeah, I mean, and the Bull starters actually played pretty well with them, but preseason is always, no matter about the minutes, preseason is always kind of preseason. You can never take it for a 1-for-1. Hello, we've been waiting on a P. Will breakout game for like 4 years, dog. Like, yeah, still asking a P. Will breakout game in 2025 is crazy. It's crazy. Cortez says, I just want to win tonight. This would be another statement win. Come off of a back-to-back. This one will really give me a little bit more assurance because I still have nightmares of how bad we've been. If you having nightmares about the Bulls, bro, I need you to go touch some coochie. Real talk. I need you to just touch it and just go find you a nice, wholesome young lady and just ask her, ma'am, can I please get a couple of ounces of coochie? Shouldn't be having nightmares about the Chicago Bulls, bro. Should not be having nightmares about the Bulls, man. But all right, y'all, gonna get ready to wrap up the stream. We appreciate you guys. We'll be live back here for the live call. You already know how we do it. Every single game we live. Me, C-Dub, Bobby, Steve-O. See if Big Kev rolls through. But catch you guys there. Love you guys. Go Bulls, C-Red, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys back here in a little bit. Peace, y'all. A P-Will breakout game is crazy. Crazy. P-Will breakout, that's crazy.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.